Welcome students. In the previous class, we started our discussion related to the search techniques on the graphs. Okay, search technique on the graph means we need to try to find out whether there exists a path between a selected vertex V to any particular selected vertex, other vertex U. If a path exists, then we can have a search techniques involved in that. That means we can search any vertices in a given graph. Okay. There are two different techniques. One is the breadth first search. Second one was the depth first search. So breadth means we go in a horizontal direction. We try to cover the adjacent vertices to a selected vertex, and we keep on exploring the unexplored vertices. We say a particular vertex as an explored only when if we visit all its adjacent vertices. Until then, it is unexplored. So to get the search technique using the breadth first search, we make use of a queue. In the queue, we keep the vertices. Which one are they? Are those explored or unexplored? Online students, can you answer this question? In the breadth first search, we make use of a queue data structure to insert and remove the elements or the vertices. So which particular vertices we maintain in the queue? Is it unexplored vertices or is it the explored vertices?
Unexplored.
Unexplored vertices. Okay. Now, are there any doubts related to the breadth first search that we have explained, that we have gone through in our previous class?
Oh, sir, understood.
Understood. Now, if that is the case, then can anyone try to answer me here for this particular step? I think step number 2. This is step number 2. In this particular step, how the queue consists of 2 and 3. If you just try to compare the step 1, at the first step, we had queue as empty, but at the end of step number 2 here, the queue is consisting of only 2 and 3. Okay. From online students, see why I'm asking, sticking on to this question, because later you will get confused while reading. At the time of step 1, we had queue as a empty, and then when we are going to the step number 2, okay, and at the end of step number 2, we are able to see only 2 and 3, where this particular vertex 1 has disappeared. Why we have not written it? Okay, can anyone answer from the online students?
Because we have explored one and all the possibilities are 2 and 3.
Yes, that is
So we
correct.
have written just 2 and 3.
We have written only 2 and 3. This queue, whatever we write here, the queue elements, this is at the end of that particular step, what queue consists of. At the before, that means before we start, when we start the step number 2, that time in the queue, we will be having vertex 1, which will be unexplored. So we add it into a queue, right? Like this. Let me try to explain it once again only for this particular step. So in the queue, initially it was all empty. And then what we do at this, when we begin with the step number 2, we start exploring the vertex 1. So it is not yet explored completely. So we will add it into the queue. Then we try to find that whether there exists a path from vertex 1 to vertex 2, which is its adjacent. So we add 2 also. And then we find a path from 1 to 3. We add 3 as well. Okay, now these are the only 2 vertices which are adjacent to 1. So after I insert the vertex 3 here, if you look at the vertex 1 is now completely explored, means all its adjacent vertices have been now visited. That means Q1 is completely explored and Q cannot contain the explored vertices. So what we try to do, as part of the queue implementation, the one which has come first, we will remove it first. So out of these 3 elements, 1, 2, and 3, the one which has come first, that has to be deleted. So 1 will be removed from the queue. So we will be having only Q as 2 times. Okay, the same thing is applicable for the below steps as well. Okay, and at the final stage, Q will become empty. And this later, what I have shown you here, this is the path actually how we keep on traversing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in this particular procedure, or in this way, the vertices will be explored. This is the sequence in which the vertices are going to be explored. Okay. Now, today let us go with the second method, that is depth first search. Okay. Now, let me try to take the same example and explain it what actually the depth first search means. Okay. So in the depth first search, as the name specifies, we need to go in the depth order. That is either from top to bottom or bottom to top. But we will have an approach that is starting from the top and we will try to reach the bottommost vertices. Okay. Now, in this case, we make use of another type of a data structure called as stack. What is the characteristic of stack, or what implementation of stack is? Last in, first out. So last in, first out means the vertex which we have added into the stack at the end has to be explored first. Unlike the exactly opposite what we had it in the breadth first. In breadth first, we take care of the vertex first one which has entered into the queue. We will try to serve that particular queue, means we try to explore it and then we move on to the next step. But in the depth first search, we start from one particular vertex, right? Now, in this case, vertex 1 is the first one. So what we do here, from 1, we try to find out its adjacent vertices. Now here, there are 2 adjacent vertices. First one is second one, that is 2 vertex, and the vertex number 3. Now what I will do is that I will select this one. Means I try to determine whether there exists a path from vertex 1 to vertex 2. Yes, there exists a path. As soon as I come to know that there is a new vertex that has been visited, what I will do is that I will stop further exploring the previously selected vertex and I will now start exploring the newly visited vertex. I will repeat it once again. We start from one particular vertex and we will say that let us try to explore it. Explore means try to find out whether there exist any other adjacent vertices. Yes, there exist 2 different adjacent vertices. Out of these 2, I select the vertex 2 here. As the procedure of depth first search, it says that as and when you find a newly visited vertex, stop exploring the previously which you are trying to explore it, stop it, and then whatever newly you have visited, now you start exploring this one. Start exploring this one until we reach a dead end. Until we reach a dead end. Keep this word in mind, dead end. I will come to that in a while, what actually we mean by the dead end. Now, so what it makes now, from 1, I will come to 2. Now, what I should do now, I should start exploring 2. Now, in 2, what are its adjacent vertices? 4 and 5.
4 and 5.
Are they only 2? 1 also. 1 is also adjacent to 2, right? But has 1 already visited? Yes. 2 things we need to consider when it comes to the adjacent vertices. Try to answer to these 2 questions. Is that adjacent vertex has been visited already? If yes, don't consider. Is that vertex, adjacent vertex is already explored? If yes, don't consider it. Only unvisited, unexplored vertices we need to consider. So even though there are 3 adjacent vertices from 2, that is 1, 4, and 5, one is already visited by this time. One is already visited, so don't consider this. Now there are 2 vertices, adjacent vertices 4 and 5. Now here I have got an opportunity either to select with the 4 or with the 5. So this time I will say that, okay, I am going with 4. When I come to 4, now what should I do? Should I continue exploring the vertex 2, or should I stop that and then start with the exploration of newly visited vertex? We need to start with the exploring the newly visited vertex, that is correct. Now from 4, what we will do now? We will try to explore this one. What are its adjacent vertices? 2 and 8, but 2 is already visited. So go towards the 8. Right now we will reach to 8. So once we reach to 8, stop exploring further for the vertex 4, but now start with the vertex 8. Now vertex 8 is connected where and all? 4, 5, 6, and 7, right? But 4 is already visited. Now what I should do? I will go with 5. Correct? Now from 8, I will now move on to 5. Now here 5 means I will stop exploring 8, but now I will start exploring 5. Now look at here. What are the adjacent vertices of 5? 2 and 8. Both have been visited. Now dead end. When we reach to the vertex 5, we will come to a situation where there are 2 different adjacent vertices and both have been already either visited or explored. We can't go further or beyond the 5 here. Means we have got a dead end. Once we get a dead end, then comes the concept of the stack pair. The one which was added on the top has to be removed first. So we keep on doing that top option and we try to further process it. Now let us, with this particular background explanation or understanding, we keep on searching the elements in a depth first, step by step. Okay, this is just I told you the general technique here, but more by using the stack, we will try to work it out. Is this understood, students? First, yes. How about online students?
Yes, sir.
Now let us continue with the proper steps. Step 1. So step 1 says that start from vertex 1. Start from vertex 1. That means explore vertex 1. Now I'm going to explore vertex 1. What I find that, okay, at the same time, let me write the stack. Okay, now if I write a stack in a horizontal way, usually we write a representation stack on the vertical manner. We keep on adding the elements at the top. If I use the horizontal way like this, then suppose if I add at the 1 at the beginning, then I add 2. So insertion and deletion will take place from only this end. So this particular end, the rightmost end, I will call it as a top. Will it be understandable by you, or I should again go with the proper stack approach like this? Stack. Okay. Now beginning I will have 1 on that. Then when I add, then it will be 2. Then it will be 3. Like this, should I go, or is it okay if I use this method? Second method. In the second method, I will go, but when you are writing it for the exams and all, then you need to draw a boxes. Like a 1 column table you need to write, and every time you need to write a number and put it in within a box. Are you getting what I'm trying to say? Like that you can write, or else you can just simply go with this method. Okay, so for better understanding, let us go with this approach only, the second approach what you are suggesting. Okay. So at the first time, stack will be empty, right? So I will just highlight it as empty stack. Stack is empty. Okay. Let me remove this, not required. The end of first step, stack is empty, and we will be having one particular vertex which we have selected for exploration. Yes. We can add, sorry, come again. At the beginning only, what is we can add 2 and 3 in the stack. So you are telling we can go to the vertex number 3 for the first time. We can do that also. What I will do first, I will go with the left side, and then I will try to have one more for the right side. Okay. Now for the first time, the vertex 1 is selected. Now next step 2. Now here in the step 2, what I should do now? Start exploring vertex 1. Okay. So for that, let me try to modify my first statement. Let me remove from here. Step 1 says just start from the vertex 1, that is visit vertex 1. Second step, explore vertex 1. When I start exploring vertex 1, I find that there are 2 different adjacent vertices. So first I will visit vertex number 2. Okay, that means in my stack, it will no longer be an empty stack, but what I get is, can you tell me what will be there in my stack? What is the first element I need to add here? 1, right? Then after 1, 2. Okay, now look at here. Since the element I'm adding on the top, I need to explore it first. Which is there on the top? 2 is there. Now I should start exploring 2. So now that means next step. Let me draw the diagram also. 1 second. See, with online mode, it becomes little delayed, that every time we need to draw the images and then draw the circles properly. So this is step number 2 concluded, where we connect vertex 1 and vertex 2. Then next step, step 3 says that explore vertex 2, because that was on the top of the queue, sorry, top of the stack. So I will have first vertex 1. And then from vertex 1, 2 is connected. And then from 2, I find that there is a vertex 4 that is also connected. So I will start exploring 2, 3 here. That is for the next vertex 2. So what will be the contents of stack? One, 2, 4. So in my stack, I will have 1, 2, and 4. Now on the top of the stack, what we have? 4. That means now I should start exploring 4. So the next step, explore vertex 4. So when I start exploring vertex 4, what I will get? Let me try to reuse the drawing. So I get something like this, correct? Now, what our stack will contain? Stack will contain at the bottom 1, then 2, then 4, and then on the top we have 8. Right? Now, next step will be what? Step number 5, explore vertex 8. Okay, now. So, in the exploration of vertex 8, first we will begin with vertex number 5. Okay. Is this correct now? Okay, now. Stack 1, 2, 4, 8, 5. Okay, now comes the important step. Step 6, explore vertex 5. Okay, but okay, the adjacent vertices of 5 are 2 and 8 that have already visited, not explored. They have been visited now, because both 2 and 8 have not completely explored. They have been visited. Hence, we have reached dead end. So once we reach the dead end, what we need to do? Stop further exploring vertex 5. Right? Now, data structure we are using is what? Stack. And what I said, the stack should contain only unexplored vertices. So that means now the vertex 5 is fully explored. Hence, it is popped from the stack. Right? Why we are popping only 5? Because last in, first out. Which has come at the end? 5 has come at the end. And now we say that 5 is completely explored. So remove 5 from the stack. So after we remove from the stack, what we get? After we remove 5 in the stack, what is there on the top? What will be there? 8 will be there. Then start exploring vertex 8. Start exploring vertex 8. Is this step understood, students? Step number 6. Step number 6, we start with exploration of the vertex 5, and we find that there are 2 adjacent vertices 2 and 8 which have already been visited. So we now need to complete. It is already 5 means now it has been explored. Since it is explored, stack cannot contain the explored vertices. Pop it from there. After we pop from that, we are left out with 8 as the topmost. So that means again we continue our exploration with the vertex number 8. So when we continue our exploration with the 8, what are the other vertices that have been connected to 8 here? 6 and 7. So this time what I will do, I will go with the vertex number 6. So in this step number 6, even though I'm considering the vertex 5 here, but we will give a special treatment to vertex 5 here. That is nothing but we will mark it as already as a dead end. We will try to strike this particular vertex here. a kind of a shading we need to show. Okay, in proper notes I will give you. We just need to shade it out so that we can understand phi is a dead end, which has been already explored completely. Okay. Now, can you tell me what will our stack contain at the end of this particular step? Bottom 1, then 2, 4, 8, and 6. Now here, these two steps, that is 5 and 8, are little tricky to understand. If you know the concept, then you can understand why from this particular, in the previous step, 5 has been taken out and why this 6 is been added. Yes. Popped up, correct. Now what we need to do in the next step, which particular vertex we should start exploring? 6. Step number 7, right? Yes, 7. Step number 7, explore vertex 6. Now 6 means, if you look into the diagram, main graph, 6 is connected where and all? 3 and 8. 8 is already visited. Now I should visit where? 3. So let me make use of this one now. Now from here, I will visit one more vertex, 3. Wherein 3 and 6 both have been connected. Okay. Now, at the end of this particular step, now what our stack will consist of? Stack 1, 2, 4, 8, 6, 3. Okay. Now, which vertex we should start exploring now? 3. So next step number 8, explore vertex 3. Okay. Now, reuse again this graph. Three is connected where? 7. 1 and 7, but 1 is already covered. Now we will try to explore the other one, that is 7. So we get 7 here. Okay. Now, at this end of this particular step, our stack will contain stack 1, 2, 4, 8, 6, 3, and 7. Okay. Now, step 9. Explore which vertex? 7. Okay. Now tell me what should be done, what we have to do here. Yes, dead end. Why? Yes, 7 is connected, that is adjacent vertices for the 7 are what? 3 and 8. 3 is already visited. 8 is also already it is visited. So we need to mark 7 as our dead end. Okay. Now, if you look at the stack here at this end of this particular step, what we have? Stack 1, 2, 4, 8, 6, 3. Since this 7 was already explored completely, so we will try to do what? Pop. Pay attention, students. Now 7 is now popped. Now, which is there on the top of the stack? 3. Now try to find out whether there are any other adjacent vertices that have to be visited. No. What we should do? Pop it. So 3 got removed. What we have on the top? 6. So 6, try to find out whether are there any adjacent vertices. No. Pop it. 8. Now 8 actually what? It was connected to 7 also, but 7 is already explored. It is visited and already explored. So pop 8 also. Now what is there on the top? 4. Now are there any other vertices that we need to visit? No. So pop it. Then 2 done. Then 1. 1 was connected to 3, but 3 is now explored completely. So 1 is also done. Now what we have in the stack? Empty stack. So now stack becomes empty. Once the stack becomes empty, we get a graph here, a subgraph. Now, is it a spanning tree now? There are how many vertices? 8 vertices. How many edges are there? 1 less than the number of vertices, that is 7 edges. Right? So if you look into the method or approach, what we have followed here is that we start from one particular vertex, then try to find out its adjacent. We stop exploring that, continue with or begin with the newly visited vertex. Once that newly visited vertex we start exploring, we will find a few more new vertices. Then stop that, continue with the new one. So we will reach a certain situations in this particular exploration where we will come to a situation called as a dead end. Dead end indicates that that particular vertex cannot be further explored because it is already been visited in some of the previous steps. So come back to the previous vertex. We will come back by popping that particular vertex from the stack. Understood? Yes? Here we need to write one more statement here after this particular exploration of step number 7, like we have done in this step. We can just mention that after this exploring step number 7, 7 is already visited, so it is explored, it is a dead end. Then we start popping the elements such a way that we will come to a situation when stack becomes empty. Right? Now, can you tell me what is the order in which we have traveled here? Now I'm going to write the traveled here, the vertices which we have traveled. What was the first vertex which we visited? 1. After that, 2. Then 8, 5, 6, 3, 7. Final answer for this particular problem is this tree and then this sequence. Sequence tells in which particular order we have visited the vertices and the tree is the result. Is that understood, students? Online students?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Now there was a one request from the students here that when we started from this particular vertex, that is exploring the vertex 1, we went on the left side, that is from 1 to 2. So is it possible for us to travel in the other direction, that is 1, 2, 3 at the beginning? Yes, it is very much possible, right? If we go in that direction, let us try to see how our spanning tree looks like at the end. Here I will not go in detail, but in a shortest method I will try to show you. First, what I will do here is I will remove all these lines so that you can tell me which particular vertexes I need to connect. Is that okay? Okay, so we will begin from the vertex 1. From vertex 1, where we will reach first 3. 3 is there on the top of stack. So since 3 is there on the top of stack, we should start exploring 3 now. From 3, what are the adjacent vertices? 1, 6, and 7. Okay, 1 is already covered. Now either we can visit 6 or we can visit 7. Now tell me which vertex we should go? 7. Fine. We will reach to the 7. Okay. Now from 7 now, what are the other vertices adjacent to it? 3 and 8. 3 is already covered. So now I have to go with respect to the vertex 8. Now I will reach vertex 8. Now, since on the top of the stack I have 8, so continue exploration or start exploration of 8. 8 is connected, pair and all, 7, 6, 5 and 4. 7 is already visited. There are 3 left out. Now tell me which one should I go? 6. Okay, fine. We will go with the 6. Next, 6 is connected where? 3 and 8. Now, but both have been visited, right? So now 6 is a dead end. So highlight it. Pop 6. After we pop 6, on the top of the stack we get again 8. Now from 8 where we can go? 4 and 5. So which one shall I select now? 5. So I will go towards the 5. So since 5 is on the top of the stack, now start exploring 5. 5 is connected where? 2 and 8. 8 is already covered. So explore 2. So I will reach 2 now. Now 2 is connected where? 4 and 1. 1 is already visited. So now I will select the 4. From 2 to 4 I will go. Now 4 is connected where? 2 and 8. But 8 is already visited. 2 is also visited. So mark a dead end for 4 here. Okay. So we will pop 4. After we pop 4, what we have on the stack is 2. 2 is again connected to 1, but that 1 is also visited. So now 2 is what? Kind of a dead end for us. We will not highlight here, but we will just simply pop it. So 2 is pop. After 2, 5, 8, 7, 3, 1. So can you tell me what is the sequence here? 1, 3, 7, 8, 6, 5, 2 and 4. This is the sequence in which we have visited the vertices. Again, is it a spanning tree?